Okay, literally, it's no pressure. I'm your host, Bang Bug, and we got a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, I am Lala Madness News, or Lala News 3 on IG. Also, I go by Lala Madness for some things, which that's what I've been on it for years. And now I am Lala Madness News, so I fused the two because I got some shit popping. So,
Okay, so well, I guess we should have been did this interview a long time ago, but you kind of was like fuck Bug for a minute, so I was just like, this is how it is. So you didn't hit me up. So I figured something bad happened, which you did.
did nothing bad happen. I told you, Ego had hit me up on some other
No,
nigga
no,
shit.
no.
And then, but nothing bad happened.
You lost the love of your life. So
We still cool.
y'all cool.
Yeah, like we still cool. Ain't no beef, ain't no animosity or nothing. You know, he's doing what he's doing, and I'm doing what I'm doing. But there's no love lost on either end. We good.
Okay. So okay, yeah. You said you from up north, right? You from
No, I'm from Cali, West Coast all day. Boo, Cali in the building. I'm from Oakland, West Oakland to be exact. Born and raised. Moved to Atlanta in my 20s, so I've been here for a minute. But I'm originally born and raised in Oakland.
and you grew up with both of your parents.
I actually grew up with my mother, and I am actually the product, which this is exclusive, y'all, because it's gonna be in my book. I am actually the product of, that the prostitute, and then the man was paying for pussy, and then she ended up getting pregnant, which was my mama, and then I am the product of that. I'm the side piece baby. So no, I know who my father is. He definitely came and showed up in my life. And then his other kids are pretty much mad because I'm the firstborn because your daddy was a hoe. Our daddy was a hoe because he was mine's first. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We know who our daddy is, and he know who I am too. How you doing, daddy?
Oh man, can't be no hoe. Where y'all be getting this from?
What you mean a man can't be no hoe? Hoes is hoes, whether they have whatever part they got. And to each his own. It's plenty of hoes out there. I mean, ass ain't gonna never stop selling. That is the oldest profession. The bunny ranch is the first place to put tax on it. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But people not gonna stop selling pussy. And I just don't sell pussy because my mama sold pussy. So I just made it a point to not sell pussy. But other than that, shout out to the hoes that is selling pussy because I am the product of one of them. But yeah.
Oh, sound like they get the phones together.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you saying they're proud, like people don't really say it proudly like that. It's kind of like there's something they want to keep that on the low, like.
Because they ain't being real with their damn self. What is that? If my mother was a prostitute and my father paid for pussy and I was born, what the hell am I? The side piece baby. That's exactly what's happening. So, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna say I'm ashamed of it either because that's who I am. That built me, that made me, and I also and they had some good ass genetics. That was a bomb ass genetic mix up there. So she needed to go find that nigga, and he needed to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? So I could come to fruition. So I'm not mad about it. Why would I be upset for people? Most times, in my opinion, people that are not okay with where they come from or what's happened to them is all a part of growth, learning, dealing with it, and going through all of that and processing it within yourself if that was an issue for you. But once you've done that and you realize it is what it is, because that's not going to change, the situation and circumstances don't change. It's how you perceive it and how you go about it. So that's what I am, the product of a side piece baby that was paying for some pussy, and my mama was the prostitute. Bam. And yeah.
So like, what does your mom do now? Like, is she still alive? Or?
She was 72, but she just passed last year. So I don't feel bad. I know y'all can give me my condolences and stuff. That's great, but I don't feel bad. She lived a full life. My mom was born in 1948, honey. So she did everything she wanted to do before she checked out of here. You know. So no, I don't. She's not with us, but she did give me good advice. You know, she raised me to be the hustler that I am today because she put me up on game, and my older brothers put me up on game. So Can't get no better than the damn streets. You get that book knowledge on your own. I'm gonna need you to do that, but then can't, that streets game is priceless.
So like, how did your brothers turn out since they was in California too?
Yes, we were all raised in the same household. One brother is 16 years older than me. Another one is 10 years older than me. So my brothers were instrumental in being able to actually raise me and put me on game to real life, telling me shit that the streets gonna lie to you, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. Just putting me up on everything that I would need to know, from knowing how to fight and defend myself to knowing how to get be intellectually up to par to survive that way as well. And everything that I needed to do. But my brothers, one actually works for Kaiser. He has a 6-figure salary, and he has his bachelor's degree in finance, and he's doing great. And my other brother is retired from the military, and also he retired from the being a supervisor for our county bus system. So my brothers did very well. They're living very good lives. So my mother being a prostitute didn't actually affect any of that. You know what I'm saying? Which is good.
Okay, so what's your relationship with your dad, or did you have one?
Actually, my father would come around as a child. I didn't find out that was my father until I actually became an adult. That was the man that was my father. He would come around while I was outside playing by myself, because I am a project baby. Yes, I grew up in Campbell Village in West Oakland. So, yeah, the roughest ones back in the day, in the 80s, baby, for sure, believe that. So my father would come around and I guess play with me, see me outside or whatever have you. I didn't find out until I had my son, and he showed up and was like, now you can't stop me from seeing my daughter. I'm gonna be in my daughter's life and my grandbaby's life, which was my son at the time. And we kind of built a relationship after that, but come to find out, my mother was upset and hating on the fact that my father had me the way that they had me, and he had a family. But in my opinion, you can't fault that man when you knew you slept with him and how did I get here? What happened to the condom? What happened to that IUD y'all niggas was using back in the day? You ain't think about that? So obviously, I'm a product of that. So I'm not mad at him because he wanted to be in my life. My mother, I guess, held some sort of resentment and kept him out of my life until I had my son. And then that responsibility of building our relationship was on us.
Okay, so what would you say the most traumatic experience you had as a child?
Most traumatic experience, damn, I had a whole lot of experiences. I don't want to call playing the piano a traumatic experience because it wasn't. I do have a musical background. So I grew up partially with my grandparents. They are a very astute Mason, $1 million home lifestyle. I played for the church. But as I began to play for the church, it got traumatizing because it had to be perfect. You can't miss a note. You can't, my grandmother was the choir director. So it took the joy, I guess, out of me playing. I played concert piano for weddings, Kwanzaa celebrations. I was booked. I played for my church every Sunday as an adolescent for years. So the trauma part came, and my grandma just started to get mean about it because she wanted me to be perfect. And nobody is perfect. I could sit down and got to the point where my piano teacher couldn't even teach me anymore because I learned everything. But the trauma of sit down, it gotta be perfect. I can hear you way in the back, miss a note. Now you gotta start over on a 12-page song. Who the fuck wanna keep doing that? Then that takes the joy out of it. So that traumatized me in a certain point from music. You know what I'm saying? From not music, because I love music. That's how I can tell when y'all music sound right, when it don't. If that shit on beat, if your drops make sense. Because I do have a musical background, so boom on that. But that became more traumatizing later. So I took a long break from music and came back, and now I still appreciate the musical factor of it, just not in the traumatic sense of making sure you practice day in and day out.
Okay, yeah, so how many kids did you have?
I have 2 children. My children are grown. I have grandchildren. I am not the youngin' that y'all think I am. The age y'all think I am, I have kids that age. So yeah, my kids are grown.
And how was your relationship with they dad? Or was it just one dad?
Well, that juicy tea of the day. So I have two children, and I can tell their ages. It's no secret. One is 24, one is 19. My daughter's father, who she's the 19-year-old, I was with him first. And we were like best friends. We grew up as best friends. So he would go back and forth to jail from the time we were 12 years old. And then so I had did more time with dudes in jail before I was even 20 years old because my baby father went back and forth to jail before I even had my daughter. We were still tight. On one of them stints that he was in there for like 2 years, my son happened. Yep, I ain't ashamed, that's what happened. And then he got out and we raised my son together. And then I had my daughter 5 years later because they're 5 years apart. So the end story is my son's father ended up getting murdered. So my son's father passed away or got murdered in 2012 in Cali. My daughter's father is actually in prison right now until 2040. So I've raised my children pretty much on my own. My daughter's father gets out, you know what I'm saying? He take care of her when he's out very well, you know what I'm saying? Because he was in them streets. So unfortunately, I don't know how I keep ending up with niggas in the streets since I was a teenager, but we here now. That's what happened.
What do they say they do when they meet you? Like they say they in the streets or?
Back in the day, I was the straight A nerd student, but I was very popular because I grew up in where I grew up, and my brothers already had status, and it was like you better not, you know what I'm saying? So like my community, even though it's hood as hell, still was a community. So, my daughter's father really, we never had no beef. Like, he's a good man. He just can't keep his ass out of jail. And I moved away in 2003 because I didn't have time to be waiting on you to figure out when you was getting out of jail. And at the end of the day, it worked out for me because he's still there and my kids have had very successful lives.
Okay, so when was the last time you cried and why?
My last time I cried was about, I guess September. My mother passed on August the 30th. It was her 1 year anniversary. And then my husband passed the year before.
Your what?
My husband.
What is it?
I was the female to a set of gay men. I am in the lifestyle as well. I'm bisexual. For those that don't know, you know now. I just posted that my ex-girlfriend pulled up on me in the club last week and I didn't know she was going to be there. And it was like, boom, my ex-girlfriend here, that's crazy. So I am in the bisexual lifestyle, so therefore, you know.
Oh, so you like gay men, you saying?
I have played but I'm from Cali, where it was normal. San Francisco is right across the bridge from Oakland. The bridges connect us, okay? Back then, that was normal as far as gay, bisexual, being yourself, and not until I came to Georgia and other places back in the early 2000s that I realized, like, they don't think it's normal. Yet now, where it is now, where everybody's accepting, is where it was at in California 20 years before. You get what I'm saying? So not until then did I realize. So out here, when I came out here, my two best friends were gay, two males. And I played their beard, which a beard in that lifestyle is the woman that plays a disguise for a man who is really gay. I played their beard for about 10 years. My lifestyle was great. I didn't want for anything. I unlimited shopping sprees. I mean, when I need somebody, and I could be myself. There was no judgment. There's no nothing, and we were best friends. One of them passed away the year before, and they both, my mom and him, kind of hit me at the same time because I hadn't grieved for my mother yet. That whole year, because I kind of celebrated that she had made it so old and we had a good relationship. So, but once that came around and both of their deaths he died September 11th, she passed in August, so they were 2 weeks apart from each other. So when their 1 year anniversaries came up at the same time, this time I did cry. And my husband, who is the boyfriend that's still alive, who came down and did my hair for Thanksgiving. If y'all check my page, y'all can see my husband that's about 15 years now. He's still alive. The other one passed. But he had to make me feel better, so he sent me a bunch of pictures of us over the last 10 years. It's a reel on my page, and I say my husband. These are my husbands. One husband had to call me to make me feel better because of the other one. So, a husband is a gay husband. So I played that role for many. I do like and have a lot of gay male friends. And I usually, sometimes people will assume that I'm their girlfriend, and people can assume what they want. And I played that part for my friends until they were ready to come out. When they came out, no, you don't. They have sex with each other. That's their. I played the girlfriend, so when we go in public, it's three of us.
I know what you're saying.
And nobody can tell who I'm really with or who's with me, but really they're together. So I played that, but we were best friends as far as had each other back. We didn't like if they get locked up, they mama calling me, I'm coming. So we were that tight. So it was a different dynamic and a different lifestyle, and I still love it because he had to come down here and get. That's why I could take them wigs off, because he had to come get my hair together. I was spoiled. He kept my hair done, kept me dressed, you know, because I at the time in that part of my life I didn't care about that.
So would you like date a bisexual man?
I have.
You think that's cool?
As far as dating a bisexual man, I'm a bisexual female, so I'm gonna do what I do. So you either need to be okay with me occasionally having a female, or my lifestyle back in the day used to be I had a dude and a chick, like, and everybody, and that's on my page too. That's not a secret. You know what I'm saying? Everybody would know that this is my dude, this is my chick. We all might go out and do stuff together. We all might wake up in a bed together in the morning. That's how that goes. And if people are not ready to dabble and live in that lifestyle, don't talk about no threesomes. Don't talk about, oh, I'm gonna do it for the night, and you worried about is they pulling up on each other later on. You either gonna have a throuple relationship and do it where everybody is conducive with it. There's no secrets. Ain't nobody worried about who gonna steal who's this and that. Then yeah, I'm all for it. Except for, you know, I'm kind of in control of that situation. Any dude I mess with, no, you don't bring no chicks over here. We gonna go get that, or I'm gonna go get it, because that's violation. But you know, unless you know what the rules are, don't step in that lifestyle. But yeah.
Oh, so you a player then?
I'm not a player. I'm single.
I'm saying when back in the day, like.
Oh, back in the day, I was, yes, yep. I've been in relationships for long terms, like 5 years. 5, 6 years, 3 years, you know what I'm saying? I've been in long-term relationships, yes. However, I've also been single, and I've been in relationships with women as well. I just was in a relationship for 5 years with a female. At the same time, I was in a relationship for 5 years with a male. I've been, my ex-girlfriend that pulled up on me the other night, me and her were, we dated and was together since I was in my 20s. Like, that's a long time. So we still saw each other over time, but yeah.
So like when you meet well, a lot of women I meet now, it's like basically they be telling me, I want a husband. So you don't require that, like you don't.
I do. If I'm in a relationship, in a monogamous relationship with a man, yes, I want a husband. I still want the same thing that any straight female would want, except for I'm a little kinkier sometimes, and I may or may not fuck around with a female, or I may, that depends on the dynamic of their relationship. That's not gonna always be something that's included. It may or may not. It depends on how fulfilled you are, how kinky you are in that relationship. But yeah, I would love a good husband, but I found that very few can, you know, tame me or whatever have you. But I'm tameable. I'm not gonna say tame like I'm wild, but you know, I'm a pretty strong woman, and I usually run into males that are intimidated, or, you know, sometimes, and or they are gay, or they gay. You know what I'm saying?
Usually, if you meet a woman in their 30s, they don't be want to listen to nothing you got to say. Like it's
About
like
what?
anything. Like they don't want no kind of guidance or direction or no wisdom about shit. They
see, you supposed to
like
take wisdom, guidance, and all that, and other people's opinions and all that, all the way until you 70 and 80. You're still learning something every day. You still can take that information and do what you choose to do with it. You don't have to dismiss it. But some people don't take criticism well. That depends on the person. Some people don't take ideas and a push forward well. So I do though. I'm more of like a partnership person. Like me and a dude I'm with can accomplish anything. Like you can get all the money as long as your relationship is solid. And until I get a relationship that's solid, I'm out this bitch getting all this by myself. Yes.
I feel you. Okay, I'm gonna switch it up. So a lot of women, they show more respect to the people on their job than to their man or their husband. Why do you think that is?
Now that actually is a very good question. I don't know if it has to do with authority. They know that job, even though that job, they depend on that job. That job comes with a check, and it comes with rules and regulations as well. That they know when they sign that damn paperwork at work saying they're going to do or not do this here. However, in a relationship, I think it shouldn't be looked at as a job, but people do tend to, I think, because they're worried about losing that job. But then they had that same man or woman, they should be just as concerned about losing that man or woman. But some things fall off where things get stale, things get old, chicks start coming to bed with the bonnet on when you was. However the fuck I meet you, that's what you gonna get all the time. I ain't into that trick a nigga thing. You know what I'm saying? And I get people got fake body parts, more power to you. But that sometimes is a form of, or, they put the fake shit on or whatever, then later on, I just did a story about a dude suing a woman because that's not what he married. She didn't look like that. When he married her, then she took all that shit off, and that ain't the same bitch. Excuse me. I mean, the same chick.
Okay.
So, that happens sometime, but then I think it's more of they lose respect for the relationship. And they'll do the same thing at the job. At the job, when people first start coming to work, what they do? They show up on time, they follow the rules, they eat in the break room, they do everything that they're supposed to do. Check in with them in 6 months and see if they're still following all the rules to the T that they was doing when they first showed up the first month. Absolutely not. They start doing other shit, they gonna do whatever they feel like they can get away with that ain't nobody checked on. That's what's gonna happen in a relationship. If they don't respect it. It's about the respect of it.
Well, I need one of them teachers pet type workers. They be telling on everybody and making sure they do all the right shit. Like, you gotta have one of them who respect it to, like, I'm gonna do all this shit right because I don't want to lose.
You don't want to lose it, but like I think both parties in a relationship need to put the effort in to make sure it's not lost. That's what therapy is available for. That's what all the things for couple counseling is available. If you can't do it and get there on your own, use the outside resources if you really want to save your shit. But if it's got to where y'all hate each other and y'all let some Mr. and Mrs. Smith type shit at the house, y'all need to let that go. Yeah.
What's 3 things a woman should see in a man before she have his child?
You talking about children?
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause let me tell you, I'm the fucking poster child for that. We did that already. Make sure that if you want a man and you ready to do some jail time and all that with his ass and you know what I'm saying, whatever he's involved in, being that y'all want to be at the hip and all that, then you probably gonna be involved in it too. So make sure that you look into what type of work he does, and a man don't always tell you exactly what he do or everything he does, so that's gonna be kind of hard to figure out at times. However, you should at least check into see what type of family background, how he treat his mother, how he treat his sister, how he treat females in the family, things of that nature. How does he treat his children? Do he got the children, the wayward children running around that's talking about where my daddy at with the snot nose and looking for diapers because your ass running the streets chasing hoes and paying for pussy? Make sure you don't get you one of them. Because when you get pregnant by him, guess what the fuck you gonna be when he get tired of your ass? You gonna be that bitch that you was just laughing at. Okay.
This is it?
Now, if you do plan on being a homemaker, you do want to make sure that he will be able to financially sustain you. Because I did get married back in 2012, 2011, and I found that out, and
What he did? What kind of job he had?
First of all, y'all married a preacher. Should have never did that. Me and the preacher, what the fuck we gonna do? That was the mistake of a lifetime, okay?
Preachers, them like pimps almost.
Correct.
Yeah.
But then they ridicule you for everything. You know what I'm saying? Saying that you and all the people you around is this and that and blah, 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 blah. But then I find out that you still talking on the phone to your ex-wife, so I left his ass right where the fuck he was at, married and all.
Just for talking?
What the fuck you mean? You want me to be talking to niggas? Now, I'm cool with arrangements. If you feel like you okay with me talking to other dudes and me going out with other dudes and me leaving your ass at home while I'm doing it, I'm fine with that. Because I guarantee the niggas I'ma fuck with gonna definitely trump them hoes you gonna go get. So I don't no nigga wanna play that with me at all.
Man, we don't really be trying to trump. Like,
You might want to do it. If you go out and step out on your woman, you need to get a bitch that's way better than her, and that bitch won't have nothing to say. But if you go get Shanique Neek down the street, that's in a way worse situation as your woman, or is not up to par of the same. I'm talking about on intellectual. I'm talking about how she treats you, how she's gonna treat your kids, how she's gonna treat your business and anything you doing. If you don't go and match that level of what you already had, it ain't no need of you stepping out. You need to keep your ass at home. And the same thing for a woman. I know plenty of homegirls that's cheated on their good ass man, and now they fucked up because that dick that they went and got, the grass was not greener, but.
I mean, most people, they not trying to replace the person. They just kind of be wanting something new. Like,
then you need to get a bisexual female that's down with that shit, and she'll go pick a bitch for you and bring her to the crib, and then you fuck all you want. You can either have a 3-way relationship, or you can send that bitch home. But she know about it. Other than that, you might get your ass ran over by a car or something.
nah, she gotta be better trained than that.
Better trained. So do you have the philosophy? I know this is my interview, so you just think that men, if they're men, can do what they want to do, and what is a woman supposed to do? Because I'm that bitch that's gonna go to top, and I'm gonna do. If your money ain't where your motherfucking mouth at, I don't give a fuck how much. If a dude, I had dudes with good money. I don't care how much money you make. You're gonna respect me, baby. I don't give 0 fucks about your pocket when it comes to my respect. I can go buy what the fuck I want in just a second. I get money every day. You gonna get it. You gonna spend it. That's what the fuck you supposed to do with it. That's a revolving door. If you gonna use something that's tangible to get me to do what the fuck you wanna do, I sell my soul for anything. Then hell no, no. And you can go too, cause it's another nigga. It's what's the fucking millionaire and billionaire bracket shit? It's thousandaires out there that'll do you better than a nigga is that's gonna treat you like shit for $2 and a skater. Oh no.
Yeah, but
you can't do that. So you say if I pay the bills, then you can go out and do what you want, and she can't say nothing.
no, it's gotta be agreement on what we doing.
An agreement, but do men actually tell they women that when they going out doing what they doing? So you would tell your woman, yo, I'm about to go out and pick up this chick. We going to go out to eat. I'm probably gonna try to get something from her after that, and I'll be back later on. You gonna have my dinner ready? So you gonna go tell her like that?
I mean, I ain't trying to do. I mean, if I was doing that, yeah.
Or would you just go on and do it and then hope she don't find out? And then if she do find out, you come up with some cockamamie ass story about why that ain't what happened and she tripping and shit? Or is that what's gonna happen? I'm just saying, which way would that?
I mean, I don't have to explain myself to that.
You know what? I'm just asking because my thing is I don't really see it as a man-woman thing, and that's probably from a bisexual female standpoint. So that's only mine. I can only speak for myself. In my mind, whether you're a man or a woman, you have to give that person the same respect you would want them to give you. So if I'm okay with you going out being a hoe on me, you need to be okay. You know what I'm saying? Everybody need to be okay with that. Other than that, you're forcing somebody into a lifestyle or a way of life that they may not do because it's by deception. It's not that they're agreeing to it. It's that you're doing it, and then they got to deal with whatever comes behind that if you get caught.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
No, the hell it ain't.
You're supposed to sit at home and take whatever I dish out. You know what I'm saying?
The only way you can do that, and yes, people do that, but even the richest of men do it better than that. When you see your husband all of a sudden going out of town on them business trips that he ain't been going on, he's staying extended time, but guess what you got? The black card, a nice ass house, you pushing that fine ass whip, and your ass going shopping today because he left you well enough, with enough to do to get the fuck out of his face so he can go do that. So if your money ain't long enough to make sure that she's occupied and her needs are taken care of and she can disappear and forget that you over here fucking off, you don't need to fuck around. Broke niggas can't play around.
I'm saying you don't have to be rich to do that.
Yes, the fuck you do.
You don't have to be
Yes,
rich
the
to do
fuck.
that.
Yes, the fuck.
I mean, that's what some
Unless you
women-
coming in here doing half these dishes or cooking half these dinners on half these nights of the week, and I'm supposed to give up 100% of my pussy and do all that, and you want to tell me about some childbearing, 9 months of pregnancy, pushing out whole fetuses out, you know what I'm saying, whole, what?
I'm saying you ain't got to do that now, right? You ain't trying to do that. You just want somebody who good to you, right?
They gonna be good and they gonna respect me, or they gonna get their ass ran over like my ex. that still love me to this day. So obviously he realized he was wrong too. But I don't play that shit.
Yeah, I don't play
I mean,
like
I
that.
am okay with us having whatever agreement as long as you understand I'm gonna be doing the same thing. And most people cannot handle that part. Now I ran into dudes that be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, and then they want to bring some shit to you after you think that y'all just. Then when you be like, oh, that's what you want to. No problem. I'm cool with that. I'm not about to get upset. Why? When you see me in these motherfucking streets doing what the fuck I'm doing, nigga, don't get in your bag then. Pick that shit up like you wanted me to do like a big boy and go have a fucking seat and wait till I'm done. I'll see you at the house, whatever it is that you want to do. Don't ask me about nothing out here. I won't ask you about nothing out here. And dinner will be done at 7 o'clock. We can do that. Just pay these bills down. Still.
Okay, here go another question. Okay, so why do women they wait till they value go down and then they get pickier about how they pick men?
Not the value go down.
Yeah.
Well, what made their value go down?
Like they'll have multiple kids by multiple dudes, they'll gain weight, they'll get in all this debt.
Now that depends. If they have multiple kids, because I have multiple kids by multiple dudes. But I have 2 kids by 2 dudes. But my children were had before when I was 20 years old. I was done having kids. I haven't had any after that. So as far as I raised my kids on my own, so I don't expect a man to come in and have to help me raise my children because they grown as hell. So my multiple baby daddies, that one is dead, so he can't give you no damn problem unless he come home a nigga, and the other one is in prison till 2040. You don't need to help me raise my children. So and if I'm out here handling my own shit and you ain't doing nothing for me, my stock is boo 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 by myself. So I'm, hell yeah, I deserve to be treated good. You want to see me every day, don't you? Just like how a man feel, oh well, if you don't do boo boo boo, then she can shit. Same thing for a woman. She can get it because believe. You don't think she hot enough right now, but it's like 30 niggas over here, I swear to God, that just had a conversation about it.
I mean, but they don't, it'd be a lot of niggas who want you, but they don't really want to keep you, you know what I'm saying?
Then don't fuck with them niggas unless you just want to be wanted. I gotta be needed. I don't need no nigga to just want me. We gotta need me. That's the difference.
Most niggas don't need the women they be messing with though. It's just kind of like, it just be something to do, like.
Exactly. Which is why you either gonna choose that life or you gonna sit your ass down and wait for what you want. I just know what I want. I'm not picky as far as like what the dude look like. Not as far as like looks and all that. That shit is superficial to me. You know what I'm saying? Looks have never been. What a dude has is superficial as well, because that can be got tomorrow. He can have that and then I have that. So at the end of the day, looks, money, all that is superficial. So the bond needs to be between the people. Understanding, a level of respect, and open communication, and all that is what I'm looking for in a person. A person I can talk to, be myself, and that can understand me at the end of the day when maybe no one else will. That's what a partner, that type, yeah.
Okay, another question, okay. So do you feel like you can really go far without like bending your morals, like in the entertainment business?
Bending my morals like what?
Whatever's against your morals, like you'll
selling pussy.
Do it. I ain't saying that, but I
personally don't. You know what I'm saying? I told you it's people that do. I probably would be probably very rich if I did, but then my pussy would have miles on it that would obviously expire at a certain time. So no, I'm not willing to sell my ass for anything in the industry when I haven't had to sell a jag. No. I'm not the casting couch. I ain't down with the casting couch personally, but I probably got some people that I could send to the casting couch so they can get on for me and them. I'll do that. I'll sell somebody else's ass before I sell my own.
Okay, I guess it's over 30 minutes. So I guess tell us about your latest projects you working on, and like how people can get in touch with you.
Yes, so the latest projects I'm working on, once again, I am Lala Madness News. You can reach me on Instagram at Lala News 3. I am also on YouTube, podcast on YouTube. I'm on 12 podcasting platforms, Apple, Spotify. Helium Radio, Amazon, all of those places. Check my link tree on my IG for that. I do have, and shout out to my sponsor, Fuck Failure, FAAK. Failure, get your sweatsuit. You're gonna be seeing more of this as well. And also, my family, Ride Familiar. So we got a bunch of stuff going on. Me and a lot of people, basically, I've been sewing up the industry as well. I've been here for a while, like over 10 years. I took a little vacation to Virginia and I came back. So I'm back now. I've been sewing up everything. I have a lot of projects going on, some venue stuff going on. So there'll be some club stuff popping off. I have a business directory where I'm accepting business submissions from businesses for me to create packages with. So artists and things in the industry people in the industry will be able to utilize those. I also have a couple new shows coming out. One is about husbands, which we were speaking about. So people that will be willing to talk about their lifestyle in the LGBT community. And also that live that lifestyle. I'll be going in depth with that. I got another show coming out about artists that have signed a bad deal, that feel they signed a bad deal, and they'll have a chance to meet with executives and people of that level that can explain that deal to them and see how it was or was not possibly a deal, where they could have went in a different direction if possible. I also got Spanky's Chicken and Seafood I podcast out of on Mondays. That's in Decatur. So on Mondays, I'm hooked up with them. I got a couple other locations that you'll see me at as well. So yeah, it's a lot. I have a lot going on. I'm also the scene. That's what they call me because I am everywhere. So any events or venues that's hot that people probably haven't even heard about or don't even know about, I am there. I'm there. Yes, I've been there. And I'll be there as well. So if I haven't worked with you yet or met you yet in the capacity of the industry, I will definitely be seeing you soon. But I got a lot of stuff going on. So stay tapped in with me, Lala News3 on IG.
Okay, appreciate you for coming. And we gonna get into the next interview. We'll be right back.
All right.